Howdy, my noble friend SirKakaBabu is back with another video, and today we'll be looking at the Tier 8 Soviet heavy tank, the KV-4. This is one of the two heavy branches uh, on the Soviet line, and if we look at here in the tech tree, this sits here beside one of the more popular Soviet heavy tanks Tier 8, the IS-3, which we'll look at a later date. And briefly, what you need to know about it is that it is big, slow, heavy. Does well when it is top tier. People struggle to penetrate it. Doesn't really have many weak points. This turret can be regarded as a weak point, but it's still a turret, and tier 6 tanks would struggle to go through it. So yeah, you don't really need to worry about when you are top tier. And basically it's a fairly generic, stupid, big, heavy tank. And we'll be jumping in to two gameplays. First, we look at where the KV-4 is top tier. Then the second gameplay would be where it finds itself at the bottom of the pile. So we look how it does and how it performs. Alright, so let's jump straight into some gameplay. My platoon, I'm playing with my friends Iki and Shahir, and we are basically the top tier. And even more fantastic is that there is not even RD on this game, so the enemy potentially stands no chance, and we can expect a fairly straightforward game. And let's speed it up a little bit because this incline KV-4 really struggles on inclines. Let's top it off, and where we found AMX 5120 tier 9 French heavy tank, and there you go, 348 damage into him. No trouble into penning that tank because that is a fairly lightly armored French heavy tank, and he struggled to pen me. And again we got lucky, we got tracked, and enemy didn't manage to penetrate us, and now there is a T-34 100 shooting us with gold rounds and not being able to pen us. Now if there were RT on this game, I wouldn't be out in this open, but since there isn't, I am. And uh, uh, guys, I don't even know where that shell went. It should have gone in, or at least something, but nothing happened. That's the miracle of RNG, which hits you with a hammer sometimes. Anyways, there's an AT-15, and I try to aim at his side. I don't really hit the side flush, but the shell still went in, so we got lucky over there. Now AT-15 tried to hit us, but his shot hit the ground. Now I'm trying to aim at his weak spot, cupola, and AT-15 managed to put one in us because I was, wasting a lot of time in front of his gun. And I think his gun is, well, actually, whoa, he managed to just hit us above our gun mantlet, so that was a bit of a lucky shot on his part, and or whatever. We've got a lot of bounces, so yeah. Anyways, so here we can see that enemies are faltering on over there. T110 over there is fighting it out with T14, T44, and he would be getting killed fairly soon, so I don't really need to worry about it. In front of me is the Panther 2 Tier 8 German medium tank, the Tier 8 Premium Lower heavy tank, and AMX 5120 Tier 9 French heavy. Now, enemies are kind enough that they are allowing me to just reload my long reload gun and just put shot after shot into them while the enemies engage my mate Shahir. Poor guy, he took a lot of damage. And there you saw another bounce. I mean, Lova has a good gun with good penetration, but he still didn't manage to do anything to us. Of course, it helps that uh, the enemy facing you have to suck and not know where to hit you, and of course that's always the case. Now I'm trying to angle my tank as best as I can against this tier 9 French heavy tank, and here I wedge my tank up and he only tracked us, right? And I blocked another one and he aimed carefully at our top turret weak point, and AMX-50 120's gun is able to go through our armor, and I cocked that shot up. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess feeling the pressure. There I track him, lock him in place, and he is reloading, so he's no threat to anyone. And there we go. They are so screwed. Alright, the score is 13 and versus 9. Only the Scorpion G, the Tier 8 German tank destroyer, the newly released, the overpowered one. Basically, it's a fast Borsig. He's alive, camping somewhere at C8 region, and the TVP VTU is uh, running somewhere near our spawn point. Little, I mean, why is he over there? This is uh, encounter mode, and it's just a big fail on his part, really. So I stay here, repair my radio man, because I did want to spot the enemy. And usually when in the thick of the battle, your med pack can be used much more usefully in repairing any other crew member except the radio man, but your view range and spotting distance and stuff does suffer if your radio man is injured. Anyways, now we are just going to wait and wait some more for the dastardly TVP VTU, the Czechoslovakian tier 8 medium tank, the fairly junk medium tank, I would say. And there he gets spotted, ladies and gents, and I shoot, and my shell goes down a bit into the dirt, harmlessly missing the VTU. Now I was thinking that he would come from over here, but VTU is still spotted, so I take a blind shot at him. Let's see. Nope, it missed him. But now it doesn't. 317 damage, and we also managed to track him, right? And he might have escaped, but I don't know, he stopped or there was a hill behind him or something. We got lucky, and there we go, there's the game. Scorpion is not going to rear his ugly head, and he's just going to let us cap, and there we go, we win the game. And on to the next game. Alright then, gents, we are on El Haloof yet again. It's like MM is playing a cruel joke on us, landing us into the same map, but slightly or a lot with a lot of variation, because now we find ourselves at the bottom of the pile. Look at that, man. Damn. And well, thankfully there's no RT, so I can't really complain much. I'll have to just tread lightly, carefully, and stay at the back with caution and take my chance in. Here you see me loading some premium rounds to contest the heavy armor of the T110 E5 Tier 10 American heavy tank, ladies and gents. And there's the 121, the medium tank Chinese, and I was thinking about shooting the Yak Tiger, but there wasn't really much a chance. And I was going after the AAT, but then I look at this sneaky leopard one, and he put a shot into one of our viewports, and well, actually we got lucky. We didn't receive any damage. And let's see who wins, and I put a good round into him. Leopard 1 has to aim at me while I don't really need to do anything except shoot, because Leopard's armor is non-existent. And there he shoots at, oh, the thickest part of my armor, man, my mantlet. Oh shit, that is a really high pen gun. The Leopard is using, of course, being a tier 10 medium tank, but then still, man, come on. Tier 10 tier 8 heavy tank has or whatever. I'm just complaining. Alright, we tried to track the T110E5, failed miserably, but still he took a lot of damage in return, because we are being assisted by our teammates. Oh, and Leopard is putting another shot into the weak spot, the turret this time, but he is constantly losing health as well. And there we go, 99 HP of his was reduced and obliterated by us. And now we continue on with our assault. I was actually worried that enemy tank destroyers would be sniping this region, and then we spot Waffenträger Auspanzer 4 running away, so we put a good one in him with a high roll, 375. That's a good one. Now T110E5 moves forward, and we well, damage his lightly armored side, but then he doesn't really have any problems penning us. We are in trouble because T125 has a high pen gun, but still tier 10 American heavy tank, one of the dangerous ones, is dead. And we cock our shot up. We didn't have the gun depression to aim at his lower plate, and 1-1 bounced it, but then consequently he died. Now we're looking at the FV215B183. Let's see if we can put one round in him. Nope. Yeah, bounced. In retrospect, I'm thinking I shouldn't really have taken that shot, but I was hoping against all hope that it would land on his side. But the Soviet guns aren't really that accurate, so whatever. All right, now the the enemy is in real trouble. If you look at the score, 8 versus 2, and I think our team has done well, and this game has gone fairly one-sidedly. I'm just glad that I was able to squeeze some damage out of it, and it rarely does it happen that a low tier heavy tank in a high tier game does manage to do something, especially the KV-4 tanks like these who rely on their armor, and since their armor is useless against those high pen guns, what's the point of this tank in a high tier game, right? But still, this game has went our way in counter, of course, and I thought, since the other guys are mopping up the enemy, why don't I just sit in the cap and get some capture points, and wasn't really expecting much damage to come my way. And then I see those medium tanks trying to engage our 704 and Batchat AP over there, and let's see, can we get lucky? Oh, we missed our shot, didn't hit him. Let's see, we are spotted, and let's take a blind shot, and the enemy T-54 is dead. Fantastic. Now the enemy guerrilla is basically trying to go down in a blaze of glory and trying to kill the T110E4. He failed because I was helping and I managed to put some damage into the guerrilla. Another shot into the 183 and wow. I mean, right at the end of the game, when I wasn't really expecting any more damage to come my way, I managed to put some good rounds into the enemy. That was fantastic. Now only the Batchat AP remains, and our T-57 Heavy is going after it. Let's see what happens. This game is in the bag totally, and this replay should show you guys that even when you are a low tier tank in a high tier game, don't really lose hope and try to do the best you can and try to do as much as you can, because this is very advantageous as well, right? Every tank you shoot is a high tier, and if you do manage to do some damage to them, more XP for you. I mean, we did so much damage to the enemy Leopard 1. That's 2 tier higher tank than us, right? T110E5, 121, all the Guerrilla 183, everything we shot at was higher tiered than us. So that's fantastic XP making, right? And eventually, the T-57 Heavy managed to kill the Batchat AP, and there we go, ladies and gents. Now look at the post-game stats from both the battles and see how we did in both of them. High caliber and our first mark of excellence, and we damaged a whole host of enemies, and it was fantastic. Managed to even get 75,505 credits from it as well, and since it was a 3 time XP, I got a lot of XP from it, which was fantastic. Top on XP, of course, and my platoon mate did a lot of damage as well. Too bad he just fell apart and basically died. Anyways, props to him. And look at over here. I mean, my friend stopped making sense. Uh, didn't really do much. Poor guy. I don't didn't even notice where he fell. He was so insignificant in this game. Whatever. Moving on. All right, we fired 21. Direct hits were 18 out of 2. Two of them didn't pen, and it was a fairly good game and a fantastic result for the KV-4. Let's check out the post-game stats for the next game. 1908 non-doubled experience. We didn't really get any hero medals and stuff because, I mean, there were any some other tanks on the team who did significantly more damage than me, I think. And look at and like this T110E5 550 damage. He had a good game, but since I was shooting at low tiers, sorry, high tiers, and so I managed to basically secure a lot of experience for myself. 1272 base, I mean, and that's just fantastic result. And we fired 16, two of them failed to pan, and even managed to make a 19,000 profit with premium account. Overall, fantastic result for the KV-4. Now, I mean, these replays would have given you an idea about how the KV-4 handles and stuff, and I basically hope that you would be looking forward to getting the KV-4 soon and then enjoying this tank, uh, provided the matchmaker and teams and a whole host of other factors go your way. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.